to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. I see a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of every Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings ladies all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me?
Snowfall. Ryan, what's it look like out there?
Yeah, it looks like snow, just like I predicted in my forecast from the studio. I'm not sure why I'm out here literally looking around. It looks like snow. You could just take a video of it snowing and show that. Why do I have to be here to describe snowfall? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Seems like the cold has gotten you in an icy mood yourself, Ryan.
Okay, you know what, Shannon? I am in an icy mood, okay? Nice pun, by the way. All right, I was just standing out here for 20 minutes waiting for you guys to throw to me, and I was just, doing some thinking. I spent $120,000 on a degree and 4 years in college to come out here and look around and describe what I see. I literally learned that in kindergarten. I Spy. It makes zero sense. Also, you know what else I was thinking while we're at it? When it's like a nice day or sunny, you never send me out to the lake or to the pool for a live shot, but when there's a hurricane or snowing or a blizzard or a flood, send me out there. I'll cover it perfect.
I guess you have a point there, Ryan. We're looking at these reports and the forecast doesn't look good. People are worried.
Was he mad or not? Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Daily Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so let's get into it. Samantha, Edward is here, Juju B, Deronda, Desmond. Shout out to the moderators putting in work. We the people, Claudette, Jeff ATL, Emerald Light is here. Juju said the queen is queening. Thank you, beloved. Barry White, Queen Sam, Samantha, Nessie X. All right, Ben Cephas, Mr. Elevation. Said Ryan was big mad. Okay. Miss Evie in the house, Claudette, Kathy B, the lovely T. Shout out to all. Hey, Priscilla. Shout out to all of my loyal royals. So let's get into it. Lights up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Now, first things first. Let's talk about this story. It's really tragic that a 12-year-old who was visiting from out of town killed her 8-year-old cousin who was also visiting from out of town. Yeah, suffocated this child, and it was all caught on video. Of course, I'm not going to show the video. Okay, but so let's get into it. This is the child right here who lost her life. Now, this is what the reports are saying. 12-year-old girl charged with murder after home video showed her suffocating cousin, 8 years old, according to police. So a 12-year-old Tennessee girl has been charged with murder after security cameras at her grandmother's house showed her smothering to death her 8-year-old cousin with blankets. The younger girl was staying with her grandma for the summer. Now, this is also egregious. Now, they say Demetria Hollingsworth was spending the summer with her older cousin at her grandmother's house in the western town of Humboldt, according to the dead girl's mother. She says, last time I seen my baby, she was smiling, giving me kisses, telling me she will see me when it's time for her to come back home. This is what a distraught Rayana Smith told the news. She's never coming back home. Now, the mother has established a GoFundMe page to help with funeral expenses. She says, I lost my baby, the most beautiful child of God. This is what she wrote on the fundraising site. The pain I'm feeling is unbearable. I have to now live my life without her in this crazy world. The mother said that she was told that the cousins had recently been arguing over an iPhone. She says, when they told me about that, I should have just gone to get my kid when they first told her about it. But they were having fun for the summer, and I didn't think she would kill my baby. Now, prosecutor Frederick Agee said that he's petitioning juvenile court to have the child tried as an adult, and he called the case disturbingly violent. Okay, the surveillance video allegedly shows the 12-year-old smothering her cousin with bedclothes, then cleaning up the scene. I want you all to pay attention. Now, this is a 12-year-old. Now, she not only takes this child's life, but she cleans up the scene and then repositions her little cousin's body, according to the authorities. Now, they go on to say, I consider this to be one of the most disturbing violent acts committed by either an adult or juvenile that my office has prosecuted. This is what Agee said on social media. The girl who turns 13 next week is charged with murder and tampering with evidence, according to the prosecutor. Because of her age, she has not been publicly identified. Yeah, so this is all real crazy. This is absolutely egregious. So the fact that she not only killed her cousin, but had the wherewithal to try to clean up the crime scene and then try to reposition the child's body. Now, had it not been for the video camera footage, she could have gotten away with this because it could have looked as though the child suffocated accidentally in her sleep. Like maybe she rolled onto something. Who knows how that could have played out? But this is crazy that a child at the age of 12 is thinking this way. This is what you call sociopathic. Okay, sociopathic tendencies. This is all crazy. But let's go to a video report about this. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. This is all so sad. Condolences to the family, friends, and loved one of this poor child. Put my overlay on here.
In Operation Crime and Justice, police in Humboldt, Tennessee, in the western part of the state, investigating the murder of an 8-year-old child. Officers say the girl's 12-year-old cousin smothered her while she slept earlier this week, then repositioned her. Police telling us the victim is from the Nashville area. Both children were in Humboldt, staying with family. Joining us now is District Attorney General Frederick Agee. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I understand that you all want to try this 12-year-old as an adult?
Yes, ma'am. Under Tennessee law, currently a child that is in the juvenile justice system would, at 19 years old, the juvenile court no longer has authority. In this particular case, it's the violent nature of it, the heinousness of it. We feel like it fits not only a first-degree murder, but also something that we should ask the court to transfer to circuit court. It gives us much more options when it comes to sentencing. You know, this child, if they are released at 19 years old, if they are found guilty, obviously there's a presumption of innocence in this country, whether that's in juvenile court or in our circuit or criminal trial courts. If this child were to be found guilty as a juvenile, at age 19, they walk free.
And I understand there is security video of this murder. Do you believe there's enough there?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Our office received a tip yesterday that there was security video. The investigators with the Humboldt Police Department and our investigator went and obtained the video. The investigators, one of the assistant DAs in our office, myself, and the Humboldt Police Chief, we watched the video, and there is corroboration for first-degree murder as well as tampering with evidence. It's one of the most disturbing things, if not the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. I would like to say one other thing. Would you please keep our law enforcement and the victim's family in your thoughts and prayers? This is not something that happens in Gibson, Crockett, or Haywood County, and typically this is not something that happens in the state of Tennessee. I don't wish this upon anybody. I certainly hope that it never happens again, but it's happened, and we've got to prosecute it professionally, and our office will do everything we can to protect the community. And if there's an opportunity to rehabilitate the child delinquent, we will.
No, it's one of those cases that certainly keep you up at night. Thank you so much for your time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now here's the thing. That was heinous and very unfortunate. And that little child must be a whole little devil. But giving her or trying her as an adult, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with trying her as an adult because she's 12 years old and her frontal lobe is not fully developed, for one. And at the end of the day, of course, she deserves punishment. She should be placed in juvenile custody until she's 19 years old. Okay, I don't agree with giving a child a life sentence in this type of situation. I just don't. Especially when the police can kill people at traffic stops and get away scot-free. Especially when the two boys and the mother who drowned that little black child, Noah Bush, where they're only going to get the most they can get is 2 years. They're not trying them as adults. I'm sorry. They're not trying them as adults. And quite frankly, how often do they try white children of that age as adults? Okay, I have questions, because just like that little 8-year-old white boy who murdered his father with his father's gun, just like the other little white child who shot the father's girlfriend and took her life. Okay, nobody charged them as adults. Okay, Brooke Skylar Richardson murdered her child that she gave birth to at home. She was 18, and the most that she got was 6 months for desecration of a corpse. They didn't even charge her with the murder. They said they couldn't prove that she killed it, that the child could have been born dead. Now, if the child was in fact born dead, why did she stab it multiple times and bury it in the backyard? Oh, but I'm sorry, she set it on fire before doing so. So I'm sorry, I don't think so. And he's saying that's the most heinous thing that he's ever seen. Really? How long has he been a police officer, or how long has he been a prosecutor? I'm saying. So, I mean, of course, it is tragic at the end of the day. I absolutely agree. This child does need punishment, but this child also, in my opinion, needs some sort of psychiatric evaluation. Does she have it all upstairs? Is there something mentally wrong with her? I just have questions, okay, at the end of the day, and that's just my take on it. But let's go to another report on it where they have a vigil for the child who lost her life. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Small community in West Tennessee is reeling after a homicide involving children. One 12-year-old is accused of killing her 8-year-old cousin. Tonight, family and friends held a vigil for that victim in Nashville. Reporter Joyce Peterson shares what we know about that case tonight.
A 12-year-old girl being accused of murdering her 8-year-old cousin is a stunning crime in any community. But here in the small town of Humboldt, Tennessee, population 7,800, they're coming together to help this family. Pastors have been visiting the house. Neighbors are checking on them because this family is truly in shock.
No words can describe it. It's unimaginable.
Frederick Agee, district attorney in the 28th Judicial District, says the 8-year-old was found unresponsive in her bed in this house on East Mitchell Monday. Wednesday, a tipster said surveillance video from the bedroom revealed what happened. So you've seen the video?
Unfortunately, I have.
What does the video show?
It shows the 12-year-old with her full body weight taking bedding, and it appears to be that the 8-year-old is asleep. She takes the bedding and she covers the 8-year-old's face.
Did the 8-year-old wake up? Did she struggle at any point?
Yes, ma'am. There is a part in the video where we see her struggling.
A memorial for 8-year-old Demiria sits out front of her grandmother's house where the crime occurred. She was visiting from Nashville, her 12-year-old cousin visiting from South Carolina. Their grandmother says the two were inseparable. The evidence, says DA Agee, points to first-degree murder and tampering with evidence.
There is video where the 12-year-old goes and gets tissues and comes in and appears to be trying to clean the 8-year-old's body, face, and also moves the child, the 8-year-old, to appear that she was underneath the covers.
The memorial for Demiria keeps growing. Balloons in her favorite colors, her beloved stuffed animals, and the nail polish she adored. The family and police struggling to figure out the motive.
We'd ask your viewers to obviously pray for the family and also pray for our police officers and our investigators. This is really intense, and it's just not something that happens around here.
So the 12-year-old already has appeared in court, just so you know. She's appeared in court. They don't show any footage, of course, because she's a minor. All right. So that is very interesting. Luna said, wait, who has video in their bedroom? Who has video in their bedroom? Well, you know, maybe the grandmother who's the owner of the home, maybe she put it in there so she could keep an eye on them, what they're doing. I don't know.
But if it wasn't for that video, she may have gotten away with it. Okay, Michael says, is it normal to have security cameras in bedrooms that's not in a wealthy household? You have to be wealthy to have video cameras? I don't think so. Easy said, you tell me this never happened in Tennessee with the white. Okay, you see how they go hard on our children. This child need help, but she's still a child. Yeah, I agree. I agree that she likely needs some type of psychiatric evaluation. Exact said this is extremely disturbing. It really is. And like I said, Claudia said it was smart to have cameras. Absolutely. Okay. M1 says she knew what she had done, and when her time comes, she will be judged and sent to hell forever. Oh, okay. At the end of the day, but something doesn't sound right about this story. There's more to this child's upbringing, but we may not hear the backstory. Okay, I don't know. And then there definitely sounds like there's some issues going on. Timber Dan says she needs help, but she took another life with premeditation, allegedly. Well, we can't say premeditation. That's what we can't say. And here's why we can't say it. Because premeditation means that you planned to do it before you did it. It doesn't have to be a week or month. It could be like 30 seconds before you did it. You said, I'm going to kill this person. The question we have to ask is, did this child know that what she was doing was in fact going to kill this person, this child? Did she in fact intentionally try to kill her? Now, the reason I pose these questions, because it may seem obvious to you that yes, she was absolutely trying to kill her. Maybe she was, but we don't know her mindset or mental capacity. And the reason I'm posing these questions is because these are the questions that they posed to those two little white boys who drowned Noah Bush. You see, they said, I showed you the footage. They literally said, did they know that what they were doing to Noah would cause his death? Because if that were the case, why didn't they charge them with first-degree murder, premeditation? Why didn't they charge them the same way? And why aren't they charging them as adults? They're not. So, and why didn't they even desire to? They didn't. So I have questions. The same questions they pose about those two, I have to ask about this child. Okay, at the end of the day. Okay, on purpose said, great point, Queen. Thank you. Dan said the same thing. Thank you. With that all been said, I just have questions. Okay, we don't know this child's mental state, what type of environment she grew up in, what's going on or whatever. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just stating what should be the obvious. Because are children just born to be sociopathic killers, psychotic murderers? Are they? Did she mean to kill this child over an iPhone? Was it intentional? I don't know. But these are things they should be having a psychologist talk to her about to find out what type of mindset she was in when she carried out this nefarious crime, before they start talking about giving her an adult sentence, is all I'm saying. Okay, so let's continue, because here's the story. This fool, and that's clearly what he is, went on a whole high-speed chase. Moment LA armed robbery suspect live streams himself on a high-speed chase with the police, with a baby in the car. All caught on Instagram. Please pay attention. Shocking video footage shows an armed robbery suspect live streaming himself on Instagram during a high-speed police chase with his girlfriend and baby in the car. The suspect, who has not been identified, filmed himself frantically trying to evade police because he doesn't want to go back to jail. Well, sir, if you don't want to go back to jail, how about you stop committing those crimes? Okay, a whole robbery suspect. But let me continue. Now, this is the sheriff's. They're going to kill me. It's what he's telling his girlfriend. Matter of fact, let me just go to the footage. This is all crazy. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Make sure I'm pulling up the right one. Here we go.
Fleeing deputies at extreme speeds, putting so many others at risk. Reporter Chris Christie right overhead in Air 7, calling it all.
Going the wrong way. Oh no! Look at this. He is gunning it, going the wrong direction on Jefferson Boulevard. Look at all of the traffic there is here. He is having to navigate traffic going in both directions, zigzagging across the median here.
The driver also live streaming the pursuit from behind the wheel.
I'm not going to kill y'all, I promise. Bro, just let us out the car.
As a woman who says she's the infant's mother pleads for him to pull over and surrender.
Pull over and put your...
They gonna kill me, cuz.
You gotta pull
The driver eventually turning down a dead-end street where he tries to back up, but the car is quickly penned in by sheriff's cruisers as several deputies are seen rushing forward with guns drawn, taking aim right at the car. Moments later, the driver opens his door and
That is a baby in his arms. That is a baby in his arms, and how did that baby get to the front seat is my sudden question. Was he driving like that with a baby just sitting in the passenger seat or on his lap the whole time? I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine. But it appears to be, we'll see here, we'll have a really clear view here in a second. That appears to be a small infant in his arms. Here comes a woman out of the back seat with child. Got some video to show you of her stepping out of the vehicle eventually after the suspect finally calmed down. He was yelling at officers towards the end of the pursuit and not complying with their orders, at times not even showing his hands, putting officers and deputies, I should say, in a very precarious position.
I'm gonna go to jail again.
Bro, stop, just pull over.
It's over.
Bro.
It's over with. They never gonna see me. I didn't do shit.
Bro, pull over, bro.
This is all nefarious, honey, okay? Thank God that it all ended well without the mother and baby being injured. And then pay attention. He tried to use that baby as a human shield. That's what he was doing. And that's why that baby was in the front seat. And the mother likely gave him the baby because she was afraid they'd shoot him too. I wouldn't have given him my darn child. This is all crazy. Okay, Lala said they arrested her too. This is all crazy. But let me continue. Goes on to say, bro, they're going to smoke me. This is what he was saying. Just let us out of the car. Okay, you all heard all of that. Now they say the suspect who is on parole. Now you're on parole, sir, but you're out here doing robberies and with your girlfriend and child in the car. Okay, so the man who is on parole can be seen nervously looking around the road as she's begging for him to pull over before telling her, I don't want to go back to jail. I don't. Well, you shouldn't have been committing crimes. This is all ridiculous. He eventually pulled onto a dead-end road on Shed Terrace and Wright Crest Drive in Blair Hills neighborhood of Culver City. Around an hour later, this was around an hour later, and deputy cars surrounded him and the family. So he was on a high-speed chase for an hour? That can't be right. But anyway, that's what it says. So he was seen with his hands up through the window before wiping tears from his face. Don't cry now, fool. Now, the father then showed police his child during a brief standoff before the couple got out of the car with the mother holding the baby. The small family then embraced, and the dad kissed his child on the head before falling to his knees and turning himself over to the police. Both mother and father were arrested after their daughter was turned over to a deputy who cradled and fed the baby. I saw she was just crying, so I just wanted to soothe her and make sure she was okay. That's what Deputy Adriana Martinez said. Now, it was just motherly instinct. I was glad I was there and I was able to take care of her. The child was injured, according to the media. The suspect is believed to have been involved in a series of armed robberies in Beverly Hills with two other people. Two of the suspects were taken into custody quickly, but the father managed to escape before being spotted driving the car in Hawthorne, where the city's police department began the chase before the LA County Sheriff's Department took over. During the chase, the suspect allegedly came close to almost hitting a Metro bus, ran red lights and stop signs, weaved heavily through traffic, and drove on the wrong side of the road. So he was a whole fool. I'm sorry. He's a whole complete idiot. Okay, I can't feel sorry. He's a menace to society. Yes. Multiple robberies and you're on parole. Yeah, he needs to go back to prison. He should have never been let out as far as I'm concerned. Okay, this is all egregious. All right, my aunt Egypt said, foolishness of all. A dude on parole going right back to prison with more years added. Exactly. This time his stupid self may never even get out. I find it all so interesting. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. Yeah, this is all real crazy. Okay. Tanya said on parole, he's lucky to be out of prison. Well, he's going right back. He's going right back now. You can rest assured, because that was plumb stupid. What was he thinking? But anyway, so let's talk about this next story where Chanell Crosby, Atlanta mother, found dead 2 years after her son and brother were found shot to death. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, I'm going to cue this video. So this talk about child endangerment, says Mr. Elevation. Exactly. What was he thinking? Here we go. Let me share my screen. Now, this is the story of Chanell Crosby, who was found dead 2 years after her brother and son were found deceased. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. You put an overlay over this real quick.
Atlanta police confirming a missing woman's body was found inside of a parked car at the West End MARTA station. Chanell Crosby, a mother of 3, was reported missing earlier this week. She disappeared after an alleged trip to Macon with her boyfriend. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live in the West End where Chanell's body was found for us this evening. Cody?
Jennifer, I was actually interviewing Chanell's dad when he got the call that his daughter's body had been found. Don Wilson says he last saw his daughter on Saturday, July 13th.
Well, him and Chanell went up to Macon, Georgia.
At least that was the plan. Chanell and her boyfriend, who lived with her dad.
After I heard nothing else from her.
Earlier this week, he learned Chanell's boyfriend was seen in Atlanta.
I didn't even know he was back. Oh, but she wasn't with him.
And the boyfriend never came home.
He acting strange.
Don read the last text he sent him.
Say, Pop, tell Chanell, call me ASAP. Why she ain't been answering the phone? You know why she ain't answering the phone? She can't answer the phone. You killed her.
A chilling moment in the interview.
Some people way up and looked on you, even sent me a message, and talked to me, and they said that he shot her and put her in the trunk of a car. What car, I don't know.
Less than 10 minutes after Don said that, just as we were about to interview Chanell's cousin.
They found my daughter.
They found her?
Chanell's body found 9 miles away from her home in the back seat of an abandoned car. His daughter ripped from his life and his grandbaby's lives.
He didn't only take her from her parents, stuff like that. He took her from her children.
Tonight, Atlanta police have not publicly identified a suspect. I did ask them if Chanell's boyfriend has been cooperating, and they would not comment on the investigation.
Cody, if this story couldn't get any more heartbreaking, you've interviewed Chanell several times yourself after her oldest son was killed.
Yeah, I actually met Chanell when her oldest son was killed up in Lithonia in DeKalb County in September of 2022. This is a picture of the two of them. And Chanell and I spoke a lot as I helped her keep her son's case in the public to help catch his killers. In fact, this picture, it's just heartbreaking. It's of the two of them. Chanell never got the chance to go to prom, so Jamarian invited her to his school dance so she could finally go to a prom. But tonight, again, her investigation's still underway to find out what exactly happened to her. In the West End, Cody Alcorn, 11 Alive News.
All right, an awful story tonight, Cody. Thank you.
Absolutely egregious. And then he's sitting there texting the father, acting like he doesn't know where she is. Why is she not answering her phone? A likely story. After he's already killed her and put her in the trunk of an abandoned car. This is also sad. Condolences to the family, friends, and loved ones. And this is even worse, like they said, because she lost her son and never got justice for that. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now let's talk about this next story, because a Citrus Heights father sends a suspect to the hospital after breaking in and attacking his kids. He said, I did what I had to do. Okay, let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. I'm going to share my screen.
Call 1-855-723-8226 now.
This story, a home invasion turned trip to the hospital for one man who's now in police custody. The brash break-in happened at 5:30 yesterday, right in daylight in Citrus Heights.
Your reporter Ashley Sharp is covering Sacramento County tonight and tells us the suspect didn't make out with anything but a beatdown.
Yeah, not so lucky, right? This homeowner actually says that he thinks that this was an attempted robbery gone wrong. The suspect, who is not yet being named by Citrus Heights police at this hour, walked through the front door that was left unlocked and got a bit more than he bargained for, coming face to face with a father whose protective instinct kicked right in.
Captured on doorbell camera, the moment Bobby Tucker says this intruder picked the wrong home to mess with.
He stops, looks around, see if anyone was looking, and then comes in and starts attacking my kids.
With only seconds to respond, Tucker was in the back room when he heard screaming from his 14 and 11-year-old boys.
I came out to the hallway and I see this guy over the top of my son, hitting my son, and I just instantly gave my all to take care of my kids.
Tucker fought hand to hand with the intruder until he was unresponsive, then held him at gunpoint until Citrus Heights police arrived.
Still a little in shock. I did what I had to do to make sure that everyone was safe.
The 29-year-old suspect that so brazenly walked in the front door left on a stretcher. Citrus Heights police confirmed Friday the suspect is still in the hospital, but in police custody, expected to face charges of robbery and assault.
It makes you feel unsafe, makes you feel like, oh, I want to move somewhere else.
Tucker left wanting more security cameras at his home. And when he watches this video, he sees a scary encounter that could have been much worse.
The kids, they were traumatized. I didn't want my kids to have to see anything like that at all.
Tucker says his children were punched and choked, but will be okay. This father, glad he was in the right place at the right time when a would-be robber walked through the front door.
Now, that homeowner will not face any charges. Police praising him for protecting his home and his family. Tucker hopes that this is a warning to others, guys, to always be aware, even in your own home, where he says, of course, you should feel the safest.
Wow. I think that suspect is glad that Mr. Tucker showed some restraint, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Especially, I mean, he did hold him at gunpoint, at some point, so he could have taken further action.
Right. Ashley, thank you.
This is Jared.
I want you all to pay attention to how the news reporter said that he held him at gunpoint so he could have taken further action. She's right. Yes, he could have shot him. You come into his home trying to rob him, and then you're attacking his children. He absolutely could have shot him because Georgia is a stand your ground state. But I wonder if the police would have been praising him if he had done so. Okay, I have questions. Gemini said he put the paws on him. Yes, he absolutely did, and rightfully so. What kind of fool is he? Just waltzing up in there and then attacking the kids? Like, this is all crazy. Moving right along. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now let's talk about this thug right here. Boyfriend murdered woman, then left her body in wooded area shortly after kicking her out of the home, according to the police. So after 24 years, police in Sanford, Florida say they found the man who brutally murdered a local woman and then left her body in a wooded area that she had been living at. It was her own boyfriend who had kicked her out of the home around the day before, according to police on Friday. Now, the defendant, Gary Durance, who is now 73 and sitting in the Seminole County Jail, had a turbulent history with the victim, whose name was Sherry Holtz, and she was 50, according to Sanford cops. Now, a police spokesperson, Bianca Gillett, said that officers had responded to the couple's home between 1996 and 1999 over domestic violence incidents involving the two. She did not elaborate on this incident, on the incidents. Besides the murder, Durance's criminal history in Seminole County are for 2 DUI cases in 1999, according to records. Nonetheless, officers they say that things came to a head in early December of 1999. They say they got a call regarding a body found behind Amco transmission at 2890 South Orlando Drive. A person collecting cans in the woods had found Holtz They contacted the employees in the nearby businesses and then contacted authorities. Now, they say it was a brutal homicide. Holtz was found on her back on a concrete slab about 20 feet into the wood line. Her throat was slashed, and that was the primary cause of death. But Gillette also noted strangulation and blunt force trauma that could have also proved fatal. Clothing was pulled off, exposing most of her body. According to police, they believe that she was sexually assaulted. Now, at the time, the police spoke to Durance and the couple's 3 roommates. Now, according to the cops, the defendant had kicked the victim out of the home on December the 2nd of 1999. Holtz was last seen on December the 3rd at a bar that was then called Uncle Nick's Bar at 2605 Park Drive in Sanford. Witnesses said that she left there between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. And police say a statement showed that she might have possibly gone off with 2 separate male persons of interest. Beyond that, however, cops said that they found nothing to substantiate the details about the persons of interest. Gillette noted that the crime scene was about 0.6 miles away from the bar. Now, at that time, however, there were alleged holes in Durance's alibi. Witnesses indicated that the defendant, who claimed he had not seen Holtz since December 1st of that year, left the home at some point late on the 3rd or early on the 4th, and then returned home between 2:30 a.m. and 7:30 or 7 a.m. on the 4th, according to the police reports. The case came to a halt until investigators reopened it last year and resubmitted evidence to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Now, this time, the blood was a match for Holtz, and DNA on other parts of the knife was from Durance, according to the police. Gillette noted that the persons of interest were excluded because of the testing, although they remain persons of interest as of Friday. Now, investigators said they re-interviewed any witnesses still alive from the time, and police said they learned that in December of 1999, Durance had described seeing Holtz's body. Okay, officers arrested the defendant on Thursday in Volusia County. So he got away with it for about 20 years, and then it all caught up to him. Please pay attention. Okay, you can run, but you can't hide from the long arm of the law. And these other 2 persons of interest, well, they likely helped him to conceal this, okay, to conceal the death. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Miss J said, that's insane. Why delete her after you put her out? Exactly. Okay, that's just crazy. Now here he is, 70 years old and going to prison. Okay, for the rest of what life he has left. Please pay attention. Okay, so anyway, all of these stories are tragic. Condolences to the families of all of the victims at the end of the day. And it just really goes to show that you cannot trust your children. I mean, around, there's a few people that you can trust your children around. And the fact that this little girl killed her cousin, then tried to cover up the body, tried to reposition the body and all of that and put her under the covers. That's real crazy that she even had the wherewithal to even think of this. Okay, sounds like demons to me. That's exactly what that sounds like. What has she been watching? Episodes of the ID channel? I have questions. And at some points, you have to blame the parents for some of this, because what are the parents allowing these children to watch on TV? What are they doing? What type of video games are they playing? All of these video games with violence and all sorts of things parents let their kids play with, and they think it's okay. But some of this stuff is psychologically damaging at the end of the day. Okay. And then another thing is, a child who just up and murders somebody, I don't think that's their first time being in trouble. They've likely had red flags to show that they were nefarious. Not saying that they tried to kill somebody before, but I'm sure this is likely someone who would get into fights, be violent against other kids and things like that. I find it also interesting. Claudette Queen, I was thinking the same thing. Yes, absolutely. Now, I remember when I was 4 years old, my stepfather took me to his cousin's house, and his cousin had a daughter who was about the same age as me. I'm just trying to play with her, asking her her name, what cartoon she likes and stuff like that. This little devil picks up a big piece of wood and cracks me upside the head with it for nothing. I'm just sitting there talking and trying to be friends and play, and she cracks me upside my head. I'm talking about I still have the scar on my scalp till this day. Blood's running down my face, and she's sitting there laughing hysterically. She's sitting there laughing hysterically. And then her mother, when her mother hears me crying, and she comes out there to see what's wrong and sees that my head's all bloody, and she starts, cleaning me up, trying to get the wound to stop bleeding and all of this. And then she fussed at the little girl. But later on that day, just a few hours or so later, when the ice cream truck came, she bought me and her nefarious daughter ice cream. Now, even at the age of 4, I had sense enough to know that this little girl should not be allowed to be eating ice cream right now after she just cracked me upside my head. Okay, please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention. And when she grew up, she has a criminal history a mile long. Okay, assault and battery, just all kinds of stuff. She's always had a propensity towards violence. Okay, so that just goes to show when you have children like that in an early age being violent and doing things, especially when they're not even provoked, and then you don't check them on it, you still give them treats, you still just excuse their nefarious behavior. Yeah, this is what happens. This is what happens. Okay. Terry said, sorry that happened to you, Queen. Thank you, beloved. On purpose said, did you put hands on her? No, I didn't. I was 4 years old. My head is bleeding. I'm feeling dizzy. No, I didn't put hands on her, honey. I was screaming and crying and holding my head as blood was running down my little face. The little girl was probably jealous because the queen was a pretty little child with long hair. And, I used to get hated on. That's how it is. Okay. On purpose said she had a brain issue. Okay. Claudette said creating a monster. Absolutely. That little girl was just bad as hell, honey. Like I said, she became a whole thug later on in life. A myriad of prison stints, getting arrested for violence and all sorts of stuff. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again. Please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, if you follow the spiritual channel, don't forget that I will be live on there today at 6:15. Okay, for all of those following the spiritual channel, I'll be live on there today at 6:15. All right, enjoy the rest of this day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got